I was shopping on Amazon a couple of days ago looking for a new collar for my dog, and I came across this mini toolkit. So this is the Pro Bike Tool Mini Ratchet. It was only £16, so I put it in my shopping basket and bought it. And I thought I'd show it to you because I think this would make a great EDC mini toolkit. So as I said, the cost was £16. I think it's only on Amazon UK. I'll put a link in the description below. I couldn't find it on Amazon US, so apologies to my US colleagues. You might be able to find something similar. Now the size is 97 millimeters by 78 millimeters by 26 millimeters, or for those who like to work in imperial, it's 3.8 inches by 3.1 inches by an inch. It weighs in at 172 grams or 6.1 ounces. And if we look at the case, it's got a decent zip on it. And as well as that, it's got a belt loop and it's very compact. So if you're a cyclist, this would easily fit in the back of your jersey or in your saddlebag, or it'd fit in your pocket if you just want to use it as a toolkit. So let's have a look inside. So inside there are two compartments. Now what's quite good is that there's a bit of space here. So if you wanted to put a credit card in or some coins, you could do that, or some other things like maybe some patches or a very minimalist puncture repair kit if you're cycling. Looking at the ratchet itself, it is really tiny. Let's just check out the size. It is just 80 millimeters long, or in inches, that's just over 3 inches. So it's small, but when you connect it up with this bit holder, then you can get some decent torque on it. Certainly enough to use for any of the small bits here. So it's a reversible ratchet. I tried counting, so I think it's got a little over 60 teeth, which isn't bad for this sort of. So you can see you can do some fairly fine adjustments with it. And then here we have the bit holder. So let's just pop the Phillips head in for now. So it just pushes in and then it's locked in place. And it can spin freely on here, or you can use it with the ratchet. So really useful, I think. The only issue you might find is that if you're in a confined space, this is quite a sort of a bulbous head here to hold it. And it's also magnetic in there, so it is held pretty tightly. You can use it without, but again, only if you've got sufficient space for there. Alternatively, you could use it with a different extender and even put one into the kit if you wanted. For example, this is a standard magnetic bit extender, and it's like the one I have in the Ratchet Rocket. In fact, it is the one from the Ratchet Rocket. So you could use it with this if you wanted something a bit less bulky than that. And just looking at the bits here, so you can see that there's a flathead, a Phillips, a couple of Torques, and then there are some hex bits here which go from, I think this is 2 millimeters. Yeah, 2 millimeters up to 8. So that should cover most of your cycling needs, really. And they all fit in here pretty well. So that was just a quick look. I haven't used this yet. It's something I'm going to try and carry, certainly to put in my rucksack or my work bag should I need it. Now, how does this compare with the Ratchet Rocket? So this is the Topeak Ratchet Rocket Lite DX. So in format, I think they're similar. I quite like that this has the zip all the way around, so there's no chance of things falling out. This just has the Velcro and the pockets, and the bits have been known to move out of their elasticated case. I think I actually like the Topeak Ratchet more because you can also put bits in the end, and it's got a simpler extender plus a couple of tire levers as well, which can be useful. And if you compare them in weight, the Pro Bike Tool comes in at 172 grams or 6.1 ounces, whereas the Topeak Ratchet Rocket DX Lite is 5.9 ounces or 165 grams. So this is a little bit lighter. So it's really, but it is more expensive. So I bought both of these with my own money. Well, I bought this with my own money. This was a gift from my sons a few years ago. But I thought the Pro Bike Tool does give you a cheaper option, especially if you look now on Amazon, and maybe a slightly smaller format. So, or at least a different option. Let me know what you think in the comments. Have you got either of these? Have you got the Pro Bike Tool? And how have you found it in use? I haven't used it much yet, so this is an initial look. As I say, I just bought it off Amazon recently. And why not check out this video or this playlist on toolkits? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.